So recently I made a video about the rank system in the finals, and I got a lot of feedback about whether the claims in my videos were true or not. So I kind of want to answer some of those questions in this video, and I also want to go over what Embark has said about the rank system, and we can try and figure out from that. Yeah, let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want to touch on is this video from the finals themselves about Season 2 ranked leagues.
Most players will actually find themselves placing somewhere between bronze and gold initially, and from there, you'll make your way up and down the ranks based on your performance in ranked.
So notice how he says performance and ranked, and performance can mean a lot of things. So like that could mean like your team winning or losing, or like individual performance like combat score, objective score, support score. So we don't really know what he's saying when he's saying performance in ranked. It's very vague.
Each placement match is done in 2 games or in 2 tournaments. But if you find yourself being eliminated in the very first elimination round, it's gonna take you 8 whole tournaments to complete your placement matches.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this shows that like the new rank system is based on rounds. It's not all about how far you make it into a tournament. It's all about rounds, all right? Which is a little bit different than Season 1, where like it was always based on how far you make it into a single tournament, not based on the rounds.
You won't instantly demote the second you hit the threshold for the low end of a rank. There's a little bit of a demote prevention thing there, a little bit of a barrier. But if you consistently perform under your current league, you will eventually demote.
So notice how he keeps saying performing and doesn't really expand upon what performing means. And also notice how he talked about protection barrier whenever you're about to demote. And this is true. I have some screenshots here to show. So here in this screenshot, you can kind of see that there's a diamond 4 in between a bunch of platinum 1s. 4,459 on the leaderboard. Yet there's platinum 1s that are above him on the leaderboard. So how is this possible? So he's in the threshold to be platinum 1, but the game is preventing him from deranking because there's that sort of protection that keeps him in diamond 4 for a little longer. This person is also diamond 4 inside a platinum 1 MMR range, and he's not demoting yet. So he's in that range of platinum 1, and I'm not sure how this works in the total grand scheme of things. This could mean a lot of different things. Like, so if you're diamond 4 and you're in platinum 1 range, does this mean that you get the gains and losses as a platinum 1? Or are you still getting the gains and losses of a diamond 4? Which could also lead to a lot of arrow changes that we are not very sure of. Screenshot here, we have 2 diamond 1s in the diamond 2 section of the leaderboard. So they're about to derank to diamond 2, but they haven't lost their rank yet, even though they are in the MMR range of the diamond 2s.
Ranking matters quite a bit more for matchmaking. So what we believe this is going to do is that it's going to lead to closer games with more tense moments and with less skill disparity between players. This might come as a slight cost to matchmaking times.
All right, so they're saying this season the matchmaking is a lot more stricter. So Season 1, diamonds could be in a game of a bunch of bronzes and stuff like that. And now this season, I personally feel like it is better, but like it's still very wide. So I'm a diamond and I'm still going against golds, silvers, platinums, but I am seeing not as much bronzes. Like these bronzes would have to be queuing with like a silver or a gold to be able to be in a game with me. And that's how I feel. So the ranking isn't much better, or the matchmaking. I think a lot of issues that many people in my comments and like in general have with the matchmaking is that like they feel like it should be a lot tighter, like maybe diamonds and plats can queue against each other and stuff like that. But I feel like it's just not really feasible for the devs to do this, because if you notice like a tournament by itself, there are about like 48 teams or something in a single tournament, and that's like how many players for a single tournament? It's going to be very difficult to find a match with that strict of a matchmaking. I feel like they're going to try and make this ranking system mainly based on how consistent you're performing, and that's another reason why I think the consistency theory is a lot more convincing than every other theory about the rank system.
Think of it this way. The thing that determines if you move up or down the ranks is the outcome of the ranked tournament, and that alone. Meaning that if you make it further into a tournament, you're gonna gain more rank. If you are eliminated early in a tournament, you might lose more. That's it.
So here he kind of goes back on the like round system. Like this is sort of evidence for against the round based arrows. This is before the arrows really came into effect. So he's saying that the outcome of the tournament is what determines your rank, and that alone, and the further you get to the tournament, the more you go up, and the stuff like that. I don't know. It's sort of contradictory to like the rounds idea. So like if you're doing well in the round, not really sure what he's trying to say here, but he's sort of like going off based off the season 1 ranked. I'm not sure if this is actually true. So let's look at this Reddit clip from a Twitch stream Embark Oscar was in.
Your like actual rank based on if you win Or if you lose your games.
So right here he says based on if you win or lose your games. So this isn't as vague as what the ranked leagues video was talking about. He said performance there, but here he said win or lose games.
You can also demote. So if you play horribly or if you have terrible teammates, we all know how it is sometimes. Tuesday queues, evenings are terrible.
And here he says you can demote by playing horribly or having terrible teammates. And I assume he's also talking about winning or losing. I don't think he's talking about individual performance here because I think he's trying to say, like, if you play horribly, you're probably going to lose. And if you have terrible teammates, you're probably going to lose. Since that video, there's been a lot of things Oscar has talked about regarding ranked. So here he says, the outcome of the game impacts whether you rank up or down, but not necessarily exactly how far you make it into the tournament. So here he's directly contradicting himself in the video, and this is after the video was posted. So this gives like evidence that it's round-based, ranked is round-based. But here he says, so if you are a gold player in a full platinum lobby, you will gain more rank from making it further than if it was a full gold lobby. So this I kind of disagree with. This doesn't seem very true based on the data I have, but if the devs say it, it must be true. This guy says false. I just placed round 3 and dropped 20 ladder positions. It is in fact not false. You can win a tournament and lose ladder positions if other people on the ladder achieve a higher rank than you. I guess here he's trying to say like other people are going up the ladder faster than you are, so that's why you're losing rank positions on the leaderboard. So if you're losing ladder positions, even though you're doing high placements in a round, this is probably the reason why. Oscar, you confused me. So it's not based on individual skill, it's based on the outcome of the round, the outcome of the game, how far you make it. So here he's saying it's the outcome of the game, not the round. And he says how far, as known as how far you make it, determines if you move up or down in rank. Like always, there's no stealing rank position. I thought you said you could win a tournament and even rank down. And Embark Oscar says that would be a very extreme case, but in theory, it would be possible, I believe. Probably more like you could lose a final round in extreme cases and rank down, but it would be an extreme case. So I think what he's referring to here in this is giving more proof to the round base. Because like if you say you could lose the final round in extreme cases rank down, but it would be an extreme case. So he doesn't really say exactly what he means by this, but I think what he means is like there are cases where you lose the final round and rank down, but assuming that you won the rounds before, how could you rank down? So if you win the first round, second round, third round, how do you rank down if you lose the final round? You would have to be second place in first round, second round, and third round. Because I think what the tournament does is that final round is worth a lot more than the beginning rounds, such as the first, second, and third. However you do in those 3 rounds, it's not giving you a bunch of changes to your arrows or whatever. It will always be 1 or 2 arrows, I feel like, personally. That does seem to be the case. Every time I disconnected or my friends disconnected, they always got 1 or 2 arrows. So that could be very much the case that the final round is a lot of your elo that you gain or lose. So when you lose it, you might rank down. And yeah, fame was gained on a static scale based on how far you got. The new rank is more dynamic. So obviously the new rank system for this season is a lot more complicated than the last season, because the last season was based on what rank you were and how far you got in the tournament determines like the exact points you got. But Oscar himself says he honestly doesn't know the exact specifics of how ranking is calculated. So the guy who made the video about the rank system doesn't really know exactly how the rank system is calculated. So we can't even really trust Oscar himself. So he's basically me, all right? He's theorizing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But he says theoretically, if a team full of high diamonds lost to the final round to a low gold team, you could lose rank points because you're so heavily favored. That doesn't really seem like the case to me. I just don't feel like that's the case. I've played against a bunch of golds in my final round, and it doesn't seem like that's the reason. All right, so this is when the arrow system gets implemented. He says, so the arrows mean how much of a change happened to your rank. 1 up arrow is a small positive increase to your rank. 2 is a medium, and then 3 is a big one. And the reverse for down arrows, so streaking should not have an impact right now as far as I'm aware. So he's saying streaking as in like winning multiple times in a row and stuff like that should not have an impact, is what he's saying. He says if you are the top seeded team in a ranked tournament, surely it makes sense that you could lose rank by achieving less than the top spot. Just a theoretical. I mean, he's saying just a theoretical. He doesn't really know. They don't seem very knowledgeable about how the rank system works. So recently I played in a tournament with my brother and another friend. In that tournament, we had to play in private matches, and to warm up for that tournament, we played a ranked match before, and we won that ranked match, and we also won this first private match we're supposed to play. So let's look at this clip. All right, so here we just finished the match. This was a quick cash game, by the way. Quick cash game. We just won it.
Yeah, mines might be glitched. I went down! What?
You went down arrows?
I went down 2 arrows! What? What?
Brutal. You got too much combat score. Let me help you.
Ask them why they stole my elo.
Alright, so as we can see here, he actually went down arrows after playing that private match. So can we even trust the arrow system? This wasn't even in a ranked match. But I assume this happened because we played that ranked tournament before this match. But I don't understand why the arrows were down. We won that entire ranked tournament, so why did we get down arrows? And I don't know what round this would be even before, because supposedly you would get up arrows for being first or second place in the beginning rounds. And for the final round, you would also get arrows up if you won. So I don't know if this is just a visual bug or like I'm not entirely sure, but it's just really like confuses the system even more. Like if you can lose arrows just by playing private matches, I think that's a big issue. Hopefully this is a visual bug and not something that actually happened. So this person says, the intelligent vehicle says, thank you for doing this. Guessing lots of people have said this in the commentary, but at a minimum, just show any error changes after each round, not at the end of the tournament. If your hypothesis is correct, and it seems to be like, yeah, that's what they should do. Do you think Embark could be doing percentiles to determine ranking cutoffs? For instance, let's assume the rank population stays the same at 20,000, then allocating 0.5% of the spots to D Diamond 1. For example, 100 spots would mean that moving up from D2 to D1 might not just require lots of men to move up, but also people above you. So he's basically saying like there might be a percentage for like Diamond 2 and Diamond 1, which might be the reason why I'm Diamond 2 for so long, because it's taking me forever to get to that top whatever percent to get to Diamond 1. The screenshot here, specifically Diamond 1 in the Diamond 2 range, I think it also shows that the ranks are not percentage based. So all those people thinking like the top ranks are percentage based. So like if only the top 1% can be like Diamond 1 or something, that's the assumed claim that these people are saying. This doesn't seem to be true, because how can a Diamond 1 be about to D-rank into Diamond 2 if there's a percentage that allows you to be in Diamond 1? At what point does the percentage really come in? If I don't think it's based on percentage. I think the MMR range is just very large for Diamond 2 or the Diamonds in general. So like that means you would have to win a lot more to go up in Diamond. I've been playing all the time with the same team, and we are always in a stack. So by the rank, me and my friends are moving equal. Like we always got to rank up a single, but like it's definitely not the game scores, because like in the game I'm heavy, I'm barely killing someone, and he is medium, he got more kills. So it looked like place in the round really mattered, not the whole tournament. I don't know really, because we've had like many games second place in the forefront and like F this and cheaters. So I hope they either remove it or make it more clear. People just don't want to walk further. Oh yeah. So in this first video, I did make I didn't make a mistake, but I just kind of fell for a sort of a logic trick, I guess. I was talking about like the diamond effect, how like diamond is a lot harder to go up, and I do still think this is true, that it is harder to go up in Diamond than other ranks. But I said that there's a lot more people in Diamond 4 than Diamond 3 as sort of like evidence for that. But there's a different reason that could lead to that case. And a lot of people pointed out in the comments that a lot of people just want to hit Diamond 4 for the Diamond skin. So they just stop playing after they hit Diamond, which is very reasonable. I thought that people just couldn't get out of Diamond 4 because it was very hard to get to Diamond 3. But it seems like this is a case that is a lot more likely. I just didn't realize that a lot of people play ranked 4, specifically the ranked skin. That's just a little bit of an oversight on my part. So this is a really good case example. I've been playing all the time with the same team, and we are always in a stack. His rank is moving equal to his friends. So his friends are all playing together, and they're the same rank, but they're all ranking up at the same time. So it shows that like individual performance doesn't matter. So like if you're getting more combat score, support score, or objective score, you're not gaining more arrows or hidden MMR than your teammates. So I think that this really shows that like personal performance is not something that matters. But since they are always in the same game and whatever, like the enemy ranks might matter. Still don't know for sure if that's the case. Yeah, that's a really good case example that someone commented. This guy says personal performance must be affecting the ranks. I played with a friend today, and we played all our games together. We both started in Plat 3, and I got an up rank to Plat 2 in our first game. Then we continued for a few hours, and he got 2 up ranks to Plat 1, and I'm still in Plat 2, so it must be performance-based somehow. Before today, I was 1 rank above him most of the time. So he's sort of saying, like, personal performance must matter because he played with a friend, and they're both Plat 3. And he's saying before today, he was 1 rank above him most of the time, so he was Plat 2, and his teammate was Plat 3, like before they started playing together. You can kind of say like the personal performance matters, but like personal performance in the terms of winning and losing. Because like before you played these games together, you obviously had like a lose streak or a win streak to get to the rank you are. Like if you were plat 2 and now you're plat 3, you obviously had been losing matches or rounds to get to plat 3. So obviously your consistency score or like your consistency multiplier is probably a lot lower than your teammate who was already plat 3 probably, and he's probably was on a win streak or something like that. This is still consistent with my theory that like winning in a row or like losing in a row can matter between matches or whatever, and it can change your arrow gain and loss. So I don't think this really shows anything that is performance based. I think it just shows that like even though you're the same rank, you're still gaining or losing different amounts based on how you performed the previous rounds and stuff like that. This person says, I've won 2 tournaments in a row and made semifinals in the third match to not move in rank at all from Gold 4. I mean, I don't know. I think all I can say here is like you probably are going up in rank a lot, but you just haven't reached that threshold to get to Gold 3. Is all I can say here. I mean, it could also be the case that like you going against bronzes maybe, so you're getting less rank according to Oscar maybe, but I'm not sure what's happening there without like more info. So why is it that when I lose in the final round I lose points overall and on the leaderboard I go down? You lose in the final round because it's round based, all right? So if you lose in the final round, you're going to lose arrows. The reason why you go down on the leaderboard for losing points after the round 3 you qualified, you probably went up on the leaderboard, but when the leaderboard updates, you probably went down after losing that final round is what I assume. I don't know, you could go down the leaderboard for a lot of different things like other people passing you and stuff like that, so I can't really tell. It would make sense if you were like diamond or something, if you lose points overall, so that means like including the whole tournament, but you can't really tell if you lose points overall unless you look on the, I mean, you could kind of guess on the leaderboard, but like even that's not very reliable to proving your point. This person says, please explain me how can I get demoted after losing the final round in D2. I also get always down arrow if I don't win a tournament in D2, and I can see I lose rank in the leaderboard when lose in the final round. Because you're D2, bro. You're supposed to be winning. I mean, that's as simple as that. The ranking system is based on how consistent you are. So, like, if you're not consistently winning tournaments, then you're not going to consistently stay in Diamond. Like, in Diamond 4 or Diamond 3, I think if you consistently make it to the 3rd round or you make it into the final, you will stay Diamond 3 or Diamond 4. But in Diamond 2 and Diamond 1, you have to consistently win tournaments to stay in Diamond 2 or Diamond 1. So, what this means is, like, if you're not consistently winning tournaments, you're overall going to be losing points in your rank. So that means you're going to be slowly trending down towards a D rank. Finally, an Asian who can break things down for me. Laughing emoji. I got you, bro. This person says, I D ranked from D3 to D4 off of a 3rd round loss. So I don't know what to even think because I feel like I'm being punished for not playing perfect and winning every single game. I think first place has a very big impact on rank game. Probably. I got 2 up arrows when I won the final round. Still baffled. What are you baffled about? I even commented, isn't that good? I got 2 up arrows when I won the final round. Still baffled. That's pretty good. 2 up arrows. That's pretty good. And this guy says individual performance does matter 100%. I never get the same ups and downs as my teammates. One teammate is P3 and one P1, and I'm P2. Most of the time I get 1 more up even though I don't have more kills. I do focus on cash outs. When they get 1 down, I get 1 up, them 2 down, I 1 down, them 2 up, I 3 up. I don't see how his argument proves that individual does matter because, like, based on my theory is that, like, if he and his teammates play different matches, they're going to have different win rates and loss rates, so they're going to get different arrows when they play together. I don't think you can beat my theory. You got to have pretty good evidence to support your claim. This guy says, I am not so sure about your finding up down arrows only applied to the last round you played. 2 days ago, I dropped 100 spots on the after making it to the finals, losing 2nd place. I should only travel up and down. It's a positive. If what you're saying, the only expectation would be that 100 people I dropped behind simultaneously want to turn during the same turn. This can't be true. Diamond 3, I've been punished way too much for random 1st or 2nd round exits. It seems like I have to win 3 consecutive turns to overcome 1st or 2nd round knockout. That is not okay by math if I play 12. So this guy's mainly complaining about the rank system. I do think this is sort of true. So you are punished for losing 1st, 2nd round. I mean, just losing rounds in general, it's just really bad if you're in Diamond especially. I do think people can go up the leaderboard really quickly. So like you could have lost spots for losing the final rounds because you're in diamond. You're probably losing spots after you lose the final round because the final round seems to be a lot more impactful than the other rounds. I do think people could be passing you in the leaderboard also by playing super consistently. Like if people are winning rounds, they're probably gaining a lot more every time they win in a row. Is what I assume. It says, so I'm Diamond 4 now, queuing with random people on a Discord server every day. So today I played with a Diamond 4 and a Diamond 3, and when I get 2 up arrows, they get 2 arrows down. We got knockout in round 3. The other match, we made it to the finals and lost. That I got 3 up arrows and both of them 2 down arrows. My personal experience is that I always get arrows up. If I get knocked out round 2, I get 1 arrow up. Round 3, I get 2 arrows up. And in finals, I always get 3 arrows up, no matter if we win or not. The only time I get 1 arrow down is when I get knocked out in round 1. I always only get 1 arrow down for that. I mean, this is a very weird case. So you're Diamond 4 and you're still getting arrows up even though you're not doing very well. I don't know why that would be the case. Without proper like data collection, I'm not sure. But if your personal experience is that you always get arrow up, that might be because you only see the positive changes. Like you only remember the positive changes because that's what you want to remember. The only times you get 1 arrow down is round 1. Like, of course, if you're losing on round 1, you're going to notice the negatives a lot more. But if you're like round 2 or round 3, you might not really care to look at the arrows until you get an up arrow or something. I mean, this is just a weird case. If you're Diamond 4, I don't know. I mean, this might be evidence that consistency doesn't matter, but I haven't really seen anyone else with sort of experience. We lost in the final round. I got demoted from D3 to D4. I don't get it. And my Diamond 2 teammate got ranked up to D1. He said his Diamond 2 teammate ranked up to Diamond 1 after losing in the final round. So the only thing I could think about is like his teammate gained elo for winning those like first 3 rounds and then like probably ranked up in those first 3 rounds with like the small arrow changes. But then he did bad in the final round and ranked down. But like he didn't rank down because of the rank down protection. So like he hit Diamond 1, but he didn't de-rank back to Diamond 2 after the final round because there's that sort of protection that the game gives you that prevents you from ranking down like immediately after entering like Diamond 2. So I think this is exactly what happened to his teammate. I think that's the only reason that makes sense. This guy says, I played solo in my placement and got bronze 3, then reached silver 4 and played with a couple friends. And when their placements were completed, they were silver 1 and I was silver 3. Didn't make sense at all. So I didn't really understand what he meant by this because like he played a bunch of games before playing with his friends. So why would he assume that his friends would also get the same placement as him? They never solo queue, only played with me. They're on console, I'm on PC, I carry them. Yeah, that makes sense. So if you carried them and you win a bunch in their placements, they're going to obviously place higher than you when you solo queued and got bronze 3. I don't understand the point you're trying to make. This guy says, I have literally quit playing because of this man. It's so annoying. I'm the reason he stopped playing, guys. I don't even know what to say to that. What do I say to that? Sorry. This guy said, no, it's not better. I won 3rd round and lost 2 arrows. A joke of a system. I mean, so if you won the 3rd round, that means you made it to the final round and then you lost, I'm guessing. So I feel like you didn't really watch my video because like if you lost in the final round, I mean, you losing 2 arrows is not like that bad. So the reason why it's not that bad is because if my theory is correct, you only see the arrows that you lose on the final round or the final round that you play. So theoretically, if you're winning round 1, round 2, round 3, you're getting at least 1 up arrow because you're getting rewarded for winning. So you're at least getting 3 up arrows for getting to the final round. And then when you lose 2 arrows, it's not that bad because you're still overall positive. So the rank system does make sense in sort of weird way, but it is working. Alright, so hopefully this video gives you a lot more insight into how the rank system works. I tried my best to like incorporate what Embark has said. I tried to address some of the comments in my video that doesn't really make sense to some of you guys. But yeah, I still think my theory is a lot more stronger than what you guys probably think. Personal performance, I still don't think that matters. Placement in a round might matter, 1st place or 2nd place. Final round seems to be a lot more impactful than the other rounds, which might be true. I don't know. Consistently winning seems to be a very big impact on your arrow games also. But that also could just mean like winning more rounds or like losing less rounds. It doesn't matter if you streak or not. Maybe streaking might have an effect, might not have an effect. Embark Oscar doesn't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't really know exactly how it works, but I do have evidence that kind of supports what I'm saying. But if you have evidence of something else, then feel free to comment again and maybe even send over a data sheet if you have a data sheet. But yeah, if you like that video, like, comment, subscribe. I wasn't planning on making this video, but it seemed like there's a lot of pushback on my claims and stuff like that. So I kind of want to like make sure everyone understands like this is not really like exactly what's happening probably, but it is very evidence that it might be. Even from the devs themselves, and for people that think that the devs are saying the opposite, I just don't think they are. I actually don't think they've said anything really about the rank system. So, but yeah, that concludes my video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.